It is a great satisfaction to greet you again. I hope you and your pet are well. Today we will talk about the following. Flu in dogs. Canine influenza virus. The flu in dogs, also called canine influenza virus, infects dogs with a contagious respiratory disease. It is caused by the influenza A virus, which is similar to the viral strains that cause influenza or the flu in people. In most cases, canine flu makes dogs feel uncomfortable and sick in a similar way to how the flu makes people feel. 1. How does canine flu spread? Like the human form of influenza, canine flu is airborne and spreads to uninfected dogs from infected dogs when they cough, bark, and sneeze. Dog flu can also be transmitted through contaminated objects such as water bowls, collars, kennel surfaces, and through contact with people who have been in direct contact with an infected dog. The canine influenza virus can live on skin and hands for 12 hours, on clothing for 24 hours, and on other surfaces for up to 48 hours. Unlike human flu, it is not seasonal and dogs can become infected at any time of the year. Dogs that are in close contact with each other in places such as kennels, grooming facilities, dog daycares, and dog parks are at increased risk of contracting the flu, as infected dogs will spread the virus by barking, coughing, or sneezing. Dogs are actually more contagious and begin transmitting canine flu before they show any signs or symptoms. 2. How long are dogs with the flu contagious to other dogs? The time between first exposure to a dog with canine flu and the time the dog begins to show signs is approximately 2 to 4 days. The virus begins to spread immediately and the infected dog remains contagious up to 10 days later. Veterinarians recommend isolating or keeping infected dogs away from other dogs for a minimum of 21 days to decrease the risk of spreading the virus. Approximately 20 to 25% of infected dogs will not show symptoms but can still transmit the virus. Dogs with heart and lung problems, older dogs, and brachycephalic breeds such as Boston Terriers, Boxers, Pekingese, Pugs, and Shih Tzus are at increased risk and may develop life-threatening pneumonia or lung infection. 3. Symptoms of the canine influenza virus. Cough, wet or dry. Sneezing. Discharge from the nose that can sometimes be green or yellow. Crying eyes. Fever. Lethargy, decreased activity. Difficult breathing. 4. Treatment options for dogs with canine influenza. As with many viruses, there is no specific treatment or cure. Your dog will need treatment and supportive care as recommended by your veterinarian. Your veterinarian will determine a treatment plan that may include fluid therapy, medications for fever and malaise, or antibiotics to treat secondary bacterial infections. Diagnosed dogs must be quarantined to prevent the spread of the virus. It is important to practice good hygiene and cleaning using disinfectant solutions that kill the virus. 5. How can I protect my dog? Keep your dog away from other dogs in common places, such as dog parks, boarding kennels, or doggy daycare, especially if there is a dog flu outbreak in your area. Anytime you have been in contact with another dog, practice good hygiene by washing your hands, arms, and clothing before touching your own dog to reduce the chance of transmitting the disease. The best way to prevent influenza in dogs is to vaccinate those at highest risk of exposure and quarantine dogs that test positive. 6. Can people get the flu from a dog with canine flu? At this time, people cannot become infected through their dog. If your dog is diagnosed with canine flu, always practice good hygiene, including washing your hands, changing clothes, etc., before coming into contact with another dog. When to call the vet? If you notice any signs of respiratory illness in your dog, you should always contact your primary veterinarian for advice and treatment recommendations. It is a pleasure to inform you and help you. If you have not subscribed to the channel, you should do it now. Take care of yourself and your furry friend. A hug, and until the next video.